Not believing in free will is by far the most important part of my worldview. In the past, I've tried to argue something that kind of requires you to already believe that free will doesn't exist, at least somewhat, for that thing to be convincing. Like that one time we were talking about Shamima Begum in our sociology class, and I said that her actions were explained by a situation. It would have been so much easier to have started at free will and why it doesn't exist and why nobody's actions are not explained by the situation. Worded that so weirdly, but you know what I mean, right? A lot more debate should start at does free will exist, and then everything tends to be downstream from that. Belief in free will is an engine of inequality. It leads us to believe that the poor are poor because they made all the wrong choices, and that the rich are rich because they made all the right ones. It seduces us into forgetting about all the structural causes of inequality. Piff, a psychologist at Berkeley, set up a Monopoly game where one player was given a public advantage, but they were also secretly rigged to win, always. And the finding that was interesting here was that the player that lost would always attribute their loss to their own blunders, to their own mistakes, to the idea that they could have done something otherwise and won, that they had agency to win. We believe we have agency when we have none, even when we know that we're already somewhat disadvantaged, and that absolves the system that's rigged and leaves us with nobody to blame but ourselves. And the belief in free will is reproduced through ideological state apparatuses. The ISA of education leads us to believe in meritocracy. The ISA of media leads us to be obsessed with these, rags to riches fairy tales. It serves the ruling class to have people below believe that upward social mobility is possible. But this is just false consciousness. It keeps people compliant with the system. This video is just sort of why I think so much in sociology is downstream from belief or disbelief in free will. But I think in my next video I'll make a 3-point summary of why I don't believe in free will. And yeah, leave any comments, any thoughts.